In our previous video, we reviewed the main steps necessary to connect PortaBilling to your MNO's mobile core and set up the LTE service in PortaBilling. Today, let's dive deeper into the practical side. We'll use the example of SuperTel and MVNO. The LTE network of its host MNO is deployed using the Wireless Technology Labs or WTL Packet Data Network Gateway. We'll assume the basics are already in place. A reliable network connection is established between the mobile carrier's core and PortaBilling. If needed, create a VPN connection. The PortaBilling origin host and origin realm values are configured on the WTL side, so the mobile core knows where to send the diameter requests. The net access service type and billing via the diameter GUI protocol are enabled on the configuration server web interface. Subscriber data provisioning is configured using the NSPS and the dedicated WTL connector. Both are available via the add-on mod for PortaBilling version MR100 or later. Events such as SIM card assignment, account blocking or termination, and service packet changes trigger corresponding updates in WTL's system via its API. Finally, we assume that in PortaBilling we already have a service called LTE, with billing units set to megabytes, so all usage is rounded to megabytes units. Now let's configure these things. Add the MNO's packet gateway as a node. Configure MNO as a vendor. Create a service policy to ensure that internet access is provided according to the parameters set on the MNO side. Create a customer tariff. We'll go through the product setup later in this series. First, let's add the MNO's packet gateway as a node to enable PortaBilling to exchange diameter charging requests with the LTE network. In the node settings, we'll enter the identifiers of the MNO's packet gateway. These are the origin host and origin realm values included in the diameter requests coming from the LTE network. These values tell PortaBilling exactly which network element it's interacting with. Be sure to obtain them from your MNO before starting. Let's navigate to Infrastructure, Nodes, and click Add. Enter a clear name such as LTE node. For node ID, use the origin host value from the MNO. For IP address, enter the address of the MNO's packet gateway. Since PortaBilling identifies the node by node ID only, this IP is not actually used. You can specify a dummy value here. In our example, we'll set manufacturer to Port1 and type to generic. Your values may differ depending on your MNO's equipment. Now enable communication with billing. For client protocol, select diameter. Finally, specify the origin realm value. Leave Use Reauth request turned off and click Save. Once the node is in place, we'll configure the host MNO as the vendor. A vendor tariff is required to calculate the costs of using the MNO's network resources and to record the corresponding XDRs, extended detail records, for reconciliation. If you don't intend to calculate costs, you can simply set the vendor tariff rate to 0. Go to Service Catalog, Tariffs. Let's name it something like Vendor LTE Tariff. Choose the currency in which MNO will charge you. For service, select the LTE service you created before. Apply to set vendor. Save it. Then add a rate under this tariff. Rate code, select net access. This is the standard rate code for LTE data traffic. Rating mode set to flat rate. Unit price. You can specify 0 if you don't intend to calculate vendor costs or the actual cost per megabyte. Next, let's add the vendor itself. Go to Infrastructure, Vendors. Specify a descriptive name, for example LTE vendor. Select your base currency. Opening balance leave 0. Billing period. Choose how often the vendor will bill you, for example monthly. Save it. Then under this vendor, let's add a connection. Specify a description, for example LTE. Service type, select Internet access. Select the created vendor tariff. Select the LTE node you added earlier. Capacity is the estimated number of concurrent sessions. This parameter is only used for correctly scaling the load graph for the connection. Save that. At this point, PortaBilling will treat MNO as a network provider and record costs for traffic via that vendor. Let's say SuperTel wants to limit the internet speed to 10 Mbps. The bandwidth is set on WTL's side in their HSS. PortaBilling only tells WTL's HSS which set of parameters to apply for each subscriber based on the plan they choose. In PortaBilling, we need to create a service policy and link it to the corresponding APC profile on WTL's HSS. You'll need to obtain the APC profile names from the MNO in advance. Let's navigate Service Catalog, Service Policies. Let's give it a name, for example, Basic 10. We'll select Internet Access and Administrator only here. Now open Attributes. You'll see an entry for WTL HLR HSS. Select the checkbox for APC profile and specify the APC profile's name obtained from MNO. Save the created policy. Later, we'll assign it to a product. Every main product in PortaBilling must include a tariff with at least one rate. Let's create a customer tariff for Internet access. To create a tariff, let's go again to Service Catalog, Tariffs. Let's call it Customer LTE Tariff. Set the currency to USD and choose the LTE service from the drop-down. It's going to be applied to customers and managed by administrator only. Click Save. Next, we'll add a single rate. Enter the net access rate code or select it from the list. If the code doesn't exist, add it under Service Catalog Rate Codes. Set the unit price, the charge per megabyte for pay-as-you-go traffic. After the bundle is used up, the customer pays this rate for any extra data. If you don't plan to offer pay-as-you-go access beyond the bundle limit, set the price to 0. Not covered in this video. We'll create a bundle and link everything to a product in one of the future videos. For more details, check the LTE configuration handbook. The link is in the description below. It covers all the steps we reviewed in this video and more. And that's all for today. In the next video, we'll set up SMS messaging service, which is also a must for any MVNO. See you soon!